All right, you guys ready?
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
All right, here we are. Goal line football 16. Media scrum. High Desert 29ers are hosting the Maricopa Mud Dogs. We're going to hear from a couple of players and a couple of owners from each side. Going to let them talk about how they feel the game's going to go. Without any further ado, let's just let the players introduce themselves.
And what's going on, GLF? You know what it is. It's team owner SHAKA Gray of the High Desert 29ers, always trying to make a strong impact in the community and wherever I go.
Hey, how's it going? It's MONDRELL. I play corner, safety, and wide receiver for the 29ers.
What's going on, y'all? This is DONTE, D-tackle running back from the Mud Dogs.
What's going on? It's Brock Miller from the Mud Dogs, number 15 and owner.
And I'm speaking on the behalf of Steve Zamora. He'll be here in a second. He's the co-owner and star quarterback of the High Desert 29ers.
And number one player in goal line football. We might as well give him the accolade while we're mentioning Steve, the ultimate game changer. All right, guys. We're just going to start with a couple questions. We're going to start with the 29ers. They're hosting this event. They have the biggest hill to climb. They're going against a team that hasn't been beat in a calendar year. Their lifetime record in goal line football is 14-4. That's impressive. They're 9-0 in their last 9 games. What are the 29ers going to have to do to climb that hill?
You know, I'm gonna hop on real quick, and then I'm gonna let Mondrell finish it. This is SHAKA Gray, team owner, running back. I feel, you know, just with what you mentioned, yes, indeed, you know, that is quite a rapport that they have built for themselves. You know, you can't knock and you can't take that from them, you know. But for the 29ers, the kind of hill that we got to climb, adversity, because, you know, we have came to this point a lot of times, but at the point, we just don't clinch it when it comes to it. So we have restructured our team mentally, physically, and within our playbook and game plan. I don't know if you watched the last game film, but, you know, we're pulling a little bit of stuff out of our playbook that we've created. And so on them, you know, what we're going to have to do is watch film, you know what I mean? Get familiar with that two-back set and that play action motion that they have, that swing to the left or swing to the right, always to the outside, and need to let that corner let go. But with that being said, I feel we have a great hill to climb, but come Sunday, they're going to come to understand that this ain't the old 29ers that came out there with 5 guys in saggy jerseys.
What would Mondrell like to add to that?
So yeah, like I was saying, well, I don't know if you know this, but my first tournament was this last one, GLF 15. I played two games with the 29ers, and I've been watching a lot of videos, watching them play, watching the Mud Dogs play, and I think I kind of have their running game down, their formation. If you watched any of our footage from our last tournament, you saw that I was able to read that very well. I had a couple forced fumbles, and I just hope that, for their sake, that they switch something up, because if they're running the same stuff that they were, then best of luck to them.
Best of luck to them. What do the Mud Dogs have to say about what they just heard?
Dante, let you hit it first.
All right. Well, just being honest, when it comes to the Mud Dogs, we're not all that film study, all that watching. There's nothing that the 29ers that we know we can't stop that they do. It's really going to come down to us as a team executing, making our tackles, making sure we're executing our offensive plays. Everybody's blocking. Everybody's to the ball on the tackle. It's very fundamental football for us. We know it's more of a mental game than it is a physical. We know physically sometimes we look like we're outmatched, but out of many of games we played in the GLF, you can see we've overcome that, and we know that the only people that could beat the Mud Dogs are the Mud Dogs.
What do you have to add to that, Brock?
Kind of like what Shaka said, facing the Mud Dogs is that big mountain and stuff, and not to beat a broken record and stuff, but we heard the same speech to start off the year that the 29ers were a new team and revamped, ready to come after us, and we still won. So I'm hoping the adjustments they've made and the recruiting they've done gives us a better matchup this time around.
Hey, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a better matchup this time. I think the 29ers have changed up a little bit whenever it comes to their defense, and they're going to have a few extra guys to rely on that they didn't have the first time. But one guy they did have the first time, he's not with us today. He's 3-time MVP. He's the star quarterback of the 29ers. Whenever the Mud Dogs think about Steve Zamora, what do they think about?
Well, personally, coming from my standpoint, Steve is very agile, so GLF is his type of play. He understands the game. He understands his lanes, where he can run and where he can't run. He does do a good job at setting himself up for success, especially on those pitchbacks. Just waiting for a lot of DBs to get back and then taking off and running. Personally, Mud Dogs don't wait when it comes to the whole pitchback. You guys know we're coming in hot. For us, we got to execute. When we get him in the bag, we got to close that bag. We can't afford to allow him to break any tackles or make us miss, because he can, and he has done before, made plays with broke.
Brock being the game planner for the Mud Dogs, is there extra that goes into the game plan knowing that you're going to play against Steve?
Steven, I got to give him credit when credit is due. Pound for pound, since he is kind of on the smaller side, he's probably one of the best in GLF at the moment. He's young, talented, and you can see he wants it and is continuing to get better. So I'll give him the credit on that. But at the same time, I feel as a quarterback, it's not all about the traits and trying to take the game on your back. It's more of a mental side for us. And that's where I feel like he's lacking. I've had multiple conversations with him when I try to help him out when you guys play the other teams. He's his own worst enemy. You can get in his head, he'll self-destroy himself.
Okay.
And that's what us Mud Dogs kind of thrive on. We're going to rattle him. We're going to shake him up, get him double thinking, get him frustrated. And then it's just a matter of time before he kind of self-implodes.
Okay. That's a fair assessment. All right. I mean, you have the 17 passing touchdowns, the 14 rushing touchdowns, and the receiving touchdown from Steve. But Shaka also brings 9 rushing touchdowns and 5 receiving touchdowns to the game. So they have multiple threats. But the Mud Dogs, they have 4 MVPs between 3 guys. Brock has an MVP from 2023. Donte is the GLF 14 MVP. So it's a big threat on both sides of the ball. I'm going to ask one final question. Whenever you look at these numbers, does the fact that the 29ers score a point more than you a game and 3 points less against on defense, does that play in your mind being a 9-0 team, not being beat for a calendar year?
To be honest, I'm going to say no, not at all. The competition level they played, a lot of the competition has self-imploded. They just capitalized on that. Obviously, they've had more games, so the stats are going to look a little bit better. Personally, if we had the same amount of games, we would be talking the other way around. So, no, I don't think that's a threat to us. We're not worried about if we can or can't stop them. We've done it to everybody, and when it comes down to it, even if it is a close game, we're going to clutch through. We're going to come together as a camaraderie and do whatever it takes to get it done. So I don't see it much as a threat. As for me, it's another game to be able to go out there and have fun, play football, and get to play the supposedly number 1 team and see if they actually have grown since the last time we played them. And I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah, for myself as well. Those numbers are impressive, but the main numbers at the end of the day is that record. And at the end of the day, we're undefeated, so that's the matter that means the most to us and the Mud Dogs. Stats, statistics, all that, those are impressive and, good for game planning and whatnot. But it still comes down to execution against the team you're going against. You can have great numbers against any other team, but it's about the team you're playing that day. And just
Okay.
like the 29ers are, recruiting, getting better each week, so are the Mud Dogs. We haven't been out in a little while, but we've been here. We've been developing. We've been growing. We've added new additions to our team that are going to surprise GLF for sure. And just because the 29ers feel like they're getting better, don't forget, we're over here getting better as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want to hear a little more from the 29ers, to be honest. They are the number one team in goal line football in the season standings with 5 wins. That's our mark for the number one status. And they do have the most wins in goal line football at this particular time. If the Mud Dogs sweep this event, they will have the most wins in goal line football, and they'll be the number one power ranked team. I just want to hear more about what the 29ers feel like they're going to have to do to maintain their status in goal line football.
I'm gonna let Mondrell handle it first, and then I'm gonna go in and clean it up.
All right. We just gotta. Honestly, I feel like us playing man on defense is gonna be our number one goal. As you guys said, you guys are getting better. Clearly, we're getting better. And man defense. Watch all the trickery, all those fake handoffs, all those fake pitches, whatever you guys are doing in the backfield. I just feel like as long as we capitalize on defense, you guys aren't stopping our offense. So that's honestly how I feel. Shaka.
All right. Well, team owner, Shaka Gray. I feel coming up, going into this game, we need to understand our game plan. I never like to piggyback off of anyone and what they say, but you said it well. The only one that beats them is themselves, which is true. The only one that beats the 29ers are themselves. If you look back, you see how many touchdowns we have got called back playing the Mud Dogs. And if we've got those touchdowns actually on the board, I'm telling you, each tournament, it's like 3 of them. You put that on the board, that's a done game. We've already solidified it. So we just need to understand our own game plan. Yes, that is true. Hey, when we get in the game so much, we get in our head. But like I said, we've been working on all phases of the ball. So when we go out there and we gonna reach some adversity, it's not gonna phase us at any phase of the ball. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I appreciate all this energy, all that bad mouthing, everything on Facebook that the Mud Dogs been doing. I love it. It's like it's energy to the 29ers because for one, that shows us that our character is actually better than theirs in a public eye. So we're not going to stoop to that level and to belittle someone online on every platform in any kind of post that anyone writes. So from there, I think we've already won. Community-wise, we have the community in backing. We post every event. That's why we have so many games, because we're hosting these events. It's actually coming out of the owner's pocket. So when it comes to this next game means a lot to us. It means everything to us because how much the talk has been talking and how much we have beat ourselves, and at the same time, how much that means to us playing on that field every time we go out there. So that's our new motive. That's our new swing. And so, Mud Dogs, I commend you guys 100%. I'm a humble man. I give you your credit. But when you're on top of the world, the only way and the only where you will fall is down. You can't go up once you're already up. You already feel like you're the number one team. I like that. So now that's for us to come and snag that. And I appreciate that. And come Sunday, you're going to have to put some respect on the name. Because if not, we're going to have a problem. Because then we're going to see you October again for the championship. And it's going to be fine. And after this, please, can you guys stop and be humble on Facebook, on all platforms, and just stop being a Mud Dog?
Hey, there's a lot of passion in what I just heard. But the Mud Dogs are going to travel again. They've traveled more than any team in goal line football. Let's just give them the last word in this media scrum. Take it away.
So for me, speaking on coming from the original 5 and starting from just 5 and coming to where we are now, I'm not big on talking, but I'm most definitely going to point out facts. And the facts are, if Shaka has a bad game, if Steve has a bad game, there's no one else on the 29ers that can beat us. I truly believe that. I know that we're not worried about contact. We know that they are. We know that the only person that's going to meet contact is maybe Shaka, and even at that, I still can't say. He likes to pick his battles where he knows he can win, and the ones he knows he can't win, he's not going to pick that battle. As far as we're coming from a Mud Dog standpoint, we're going to talk our stuff. It's always going to be that. It's going to be on the field. It's going to be off the field. Still humble. Still going to shake your hand at the end of the game. Still going to be boys and laugh at the end of the game. But until the game is over, till those 2 games is over, oh yeah, y'all going to hear it all in the most respectful manner. But at the end of the day, hey, we're just pointing out facts.
Close us out, Brock.
I just want to go on the topic there. Yeah, we are Mud Dogs, and our bite is just as bad as our bark. We back up what we say. And Shaka, I know your boys didn't make it on here tonight, so I'm going to kind of direct this challenge through you to him. Me and him are both number 15 on the field. Both play quarterback and have went back and forth on who is the better of the two. So I want to challenge him to this. Whatever team sweeps the other this Sunday, if the Mud Dogs win and sweep you guys, or the 29ers magically sweep us, losing quarterback changes their number.
Damn.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
That just kind of left everyone speechless right there. I think that's the perfect way to end this podcast. I appreciate everyone for coming by. I hope we get some likes, some shares, and some subscribes out of this. And yeah, until Sunday.
All right. Hey, this is Shaka Gray with the High Desert 29ers. I'm signing out. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the GLF. Y'all have a good one.
All right, yeah, Floyd. Thanks for having me, man. You guys have a blessed night. See you guys Sunday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Floyd, for making all this happen. GLF is the best. Let's go. See y'all on Sunday.
Have a good one, Floyd. Thank you for everything you do. Let's get out there and have a good game on Sunday.
All right. Drive safe.